What if you could clone yourself? Same memories, same voice, same love for your children. But what happens when she wants your life? In a future where perfection can be purchased, one woman discovers the terrifying price of convenience. She wanted help. She got replaced. This is a better you. And it all starts now.
A Better You, Chapter 1. The day broke slowly, but the city was already stirring. From her 32nd floor office in the Corning Glass building, Sarah watched the rain beat a steady tattoo against the glass. Outside, the city was swathed in a thick, humid haze. A relentless heat wave had held the metropolis in its grip for 160 days straight. The air hung heavy with pollution, casting an eerie orange glow that blurred the skyline and dimmed the rising sun. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the room, mingling with the low murmur of early morning traffic and distant sirens. Inside, the office was quiet, save for the soft hum of computers and the occasional click of a keyboard. Outside, the world felt suffocating, the weather oppressive, a reminder of the environmental reckoning that had been ignored for far too long. Sarah's eyes traced the distorted reflections of headlights sliding across the rain-slick streets below, and she thought of summers past, when summer meant open patios, laughter echoing under starry skies, and cool lake breezes brushing warm skin. Those days felt like memories from another life, fading as the city surrendered to an unrelenting heat, choked by its own progress. Her phone buzzed sharply on the polished wood of her desk, pulling her from the reverie. The screen lit up. Kate Miller. Sarah answered quickly, her voice tinged with exhaustion. "Hey, Kate, what's up?" Kate's voice was clipped, urgent. The Simmons deadlines moved up 3 months earlier. Sarah felt her heart lurch. What? That can't be right. I spoke with Miller just yesterday. He promised any change would be at most a week or 2. Kate sighed. Yeah, well, apparently the CEO has other ideas. He's pushing for an impossible turnaround. Impossible is right, Sarah muttered. I don't even have permits applied for, let alone designs ready. 2 months isn't enough. You know what they say, don't shoot the messenger, Kate said, attempting reassurance. Sarah clenched her jaw, frustration rising. It means late nights till 2 in the morning just for paperwork. My team's barely slept the last week, and schematics aren't even close to done. You've got this, Kate insisted. Your team's pulled off worse. Sarah glanced at the time. Her watch vibrated urgently. Listen, Kate, I have to go. I forgot to pack lunches for the kids. Her voice was tight as she ended the call and tossed the phone on the desk. No time for more complaints. Another day in the life of a working mother, architect, and reluctant juggler of chaos. The drive home was sluggish, the streets already swelling with traffic despite the early hour. The rain had softened but left the roads slick and gleaming under the dull sky. The persistent heat made the car feel like a greenhouse, despite the blast of air conditioning. Arriving home, Sarah was met by a familiar scene of controlled chaos. The kitchen was a mess of spilled syrup, flour dust, and sticky fingerprints. Emma, her 8-year-old, stood on a chair by the table, sticky-faced and loud, yelling at her younger brother Liam about his missing shin guards. He rummaged frantically through the pile of backpacks and shoes scattered by the door. Her husband, Stephen, appeared in the doorway, adjusting the knot of his tie with a distracted half-smile. His hospital ID badge gleamed faintly in the morning light. "Hey, honey, what are you doing home this early?" "I forgot to pack the kids' lunches," Sarah replied with a weary smile. Stephen barely heard her as his phone vibrated. "Sorry, got to run. Hospital emergency." He kissed the kids on the heads in passing and was gone, the door closing softly behind him. Stephen was chief of neurosurgery at Osler North Hospital, a prestigious title with a price. Their marriage, once vibrant and full of shared dreams, had faded into a carefully maintained image. Occasional shared dinners, polite conversations, and a veneer of normalcy. Love had been traded for ambition, attention divided by long hours and stress. Sarah felt the weight of the silence settle around her like a shroud. The house was still, save for the low hum of the dishwasher and the distant wail of a siren. She poured herself a cup of coffee, now cold and bitter, and took a long sip. Her mind raced with deadlines, children's schedules, and the ever-growing distance between herself and Stephen. The heat pressed in through the windows, thick and unyielding. Outside, the city simmered beneath a polluted orange sky, both a reflection of the world Sarah lived in and the pressure building inside her. At 7:45 a.m., Sarah took a deep breath and prepared herself. Another day of relentless demands awaited. Arriving back at the Corning Glass building, Sarah scanned her bio ID card at the elevator entrance. The system read her genetic code, an advanced biometric security measure that controlled access throughout the skyscraper. The building's sensors picked up on every breath, heartbeat, and movement too. To ensure only authorized personnel could enter sensitive areas. Biohacking had become a fringe obsession, but the cutting-edge technology behind it was well guarded by an elite, shadowy government agency. Stories of whistleblowers disappearing and secrets buried deep beneath layers of encryption were common in the news, but no one really knew the truth. Stepping into the elevator, Sarah was transported to a tropical rainforest. The Corning Glass environmental experience enveloped her senses. The sound of cascading waterfalls, the rustling of exotic leaves, the humid scent of earth and wet wood. The glass walls rendered the view in stunning detail, the electrochromic technology shifting seamlessly between transparent and opaque. The elevator was no longer just a means of vertical transport. It was a sanctuary, a brief escape from the stress of reality. Sarah settled into her desk chair, exhaling slowly as she tried to push the mounting frustrations to the back of her mind. 4 children needed her attention. An impossible deadline loomed, and her marriage felt more like a fragile truce than a partnership. She could have lost her job, or been in a car accident, left permanently disabled. Life was a series of trade-offs and tightropes. Her thoughts were interrupted by a flicker in the corner of her eye, a white envelope, sealed with wax, resting on her desk. The emblem embossed in the wax was unmistakable, a drafting compass with the letter M etched inside. Marcus Carter, her former college classmate. Marcus was flamboyant and brilliant, known for always wearing a scarf even on the hottest days, a habit Sarah had never understood. He was the top of their class, a visionary architect who won the prestigious Aga Khan Award just years after graduation. Her fingers trembled slightly as she broke the seal and unfolded the thick vellum inside. It was an invitation, official, elegant, to a gala opening at the Sky Horizon building near the waterfront. Welcome to Sky Horizon, where the future meets luxury. At 2,000 feet above the city, Sky Horizon promised a life above the clouds. Futuristic smart apartments with holographic walls, voice-controlled environments, solar-powered glass, a floating Olympic-size infinity pool, world-class dining, and a 360-degree holographic theater. Powered by fusion energy and vertical sky farms, it was the pinnacle of sustainable luxury. The grand opening gala was set for July 23, 2055. A separate card bore Marcus's name with a handwritten note. "Call me. It's very urgent. Don't tell anyone I sent this." Followed by a phone number. Sarah's pulse quickened. She dialed immediately. "Sarah," Marcus answered, his voice low and tense. "I need you to meet me tonight at the Sapphire Lounge. Keep it quiet." "What's going on?" she asked. "I'll explain when you get here. Just trust me." "Time? 10 p.m. Don't tell anyone. I'll be there." Sarah closed the call and leaned back, her mind spinning with questions. The pressures at work and home were crushing enough. What new trouble was Marcus dragging into her life? Above the city, the rain slowed, the sky tinged with pink and orange. The haze of pollution softened for a moment, but the heat and weight of life pressed on, unrelenting. Thank you for listening to Chapter 1 of A Better You. But Sarah's story is only just beginning. Keep listening for a sneak peek at Chapter 2. where a mysterious message, a haunted past, and a high-tech secret begin to unravel everything she thought she knew.
Sarah thought her biggest problem was a looming deadline. But that was before the envelope. A message from a brilliant architect she hasn't seen in years. A secret meeting. And a warning she can't ignore. What has Marcus gotten himself into? And more importantly, what has Sarah just stepped into? Next time, in Chapter 2 of A Better You, the mystery deepens, and nothing is quite what it seems. Don't miss it.